Okay, everyone, we'll begin in just a moment. So if you're just hopping on, our props today are 2 blocks, or perhaps a chair instead if you don't have blocks, a strap, either a yoga belt or resistance band or bathrobe tie, something like that, and a blanket are good. Couple of IJS announcements. The prayer project that begins next Sunday with Rabbi Shefa Gold on prayer, sacred chant as prayer, is still taking registration up through this Thursday, the 15th. So please take a look if that interests you. It'll begin this coming Sunday. What a terrific teacher and creator Rabbi Shefa Gold is. So that's something to take advantage of. IJS has a new-ish podcast hosted by Rabbi Jonathan Slater, so please check that out. The link is in the chat, and you can find our podcast, Open My Heart, anywhere where you get your podcasts or on the IJS website. It's really a terrific way to practice. And lastly, we are live on YouTube as of last week and this week and going forward. So please visit our channel. Do join us here on Zoom. It's really nice to be live together when you're coming live, but you can take advantage and re-practice during the week. Please do go to the IJS YouTube channel, like us, subscribe to us. It helps get the word out on our very good works. So let's get started. My name is Cantor Lizzie Shammash. I'm coming to you from a rainy Philadelphia this morning, and I hope you're all feeling okay in your bodies. Just a reminder, as always, that this is really your practice, and especially since we're not in person together and I don't see you, please be extra generous with yourself. Take this time as you need it. If what I'm guiding doesn't suit you, doesn't feel right today, you can always stop. You can always move to something else, try something else. So make the practice yours. I'm just the tour guide. So we will begin on all fours. And you might like to have the blanket either under your knees for some support. You might like it under your wrists to give a little bit of a little bit less flexion if your knees, if your wrists, if your wrists bother you on all fours, you might enjoy the blanket in that way. Another option is to be on your fists. So see that your knees are directly under your hips and that the wrists are directly under the shoulders. You can spread the fingers nice and wide. Just find this horizontal position of the spine. It's really a nice rest, actually, from our usual relationship with gravity. Notice the length of your spine from tailbone to crown, and begin just to gently rock forward and back on this horizontal plane. Just feel the support balance of this structure, this all fours structure, standing on hands and shins. And you might, if you like, if it doesn't feel fussy, start to coordinate your breath, inhaling forward, leading with the crown, and exhaling back, leading with the tailbone. And beginning to land, beginning to investigate what it's like to be in this body today, at this moment. And then begin to make the movements a little bit greater. They come a little more forward on that inhale. And on the exhale, let the tailbone draw you back a little farther, perhaps even all the way toward a child pose, so that you lengthen the movement and you lengthen the breath. If it's too complicated at this time to link breath and movement, don't worry about it. Just drop the insistence on any particular breath pattern. And then come back to neutral, coming to stillness for a moment. We'll begin to take the cat and cow movement with the spine. So as we inhale, and tipping the tailbone up, dropping the belly, beginning to arch the back, drop the heart, widen the collarbones. As we exhale, tailbone down, middle back up, head down. Let the neck be nice and easy. And keeping this going, again, potentially in tune with your breath if that feels good. Nothing too grand, just feeling how the spine wants to move this morning. See where the edges are for the movement. Shining the heart forward on the inhale, widening the collarbones. Exhale, really drawing nice and round, cat back. How does it feel to be right here, right now? Meeting yourself. And then as you're ready, come back to neutral. We're going to take the right leg back behind us, parallel to the floor, foot flexed, heel back, toes down. Draw the belly towards the spine. Support this bit of balance. Lift from the root of the thigh bone up. Then exhale, bring the leg back. Inhale, take the left leg back. Same thing, flex through the foot, extend through the heel. You can even spread the toes as they point down. Again, check in with the neck. Nice and easy. You might turn side to side, nodding the head no. See that it's easy. Neck is part of the spine. Support through the belly. Maybe feeling some sensation start to build. And then exhale, lower the leg. One more time, inhale the right leg back behind you. And then if it's comfortable for you for your balance, bring the left arm forward, palm facing in. And really connect fingertips to toe tips through the belly, through the center. Feel that X, that gentle X across the body. Connecting the right leg to the left hand, through the core, through your center. Just find the beauty of that extension, that wonderful wingspan and range that you have. And as you're ready, exhale, come back to center. Pause and inhale, left leg back, right arm forward. Again, palm facing in, spread the fingertips, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Really reach oppositionally. Find that cross stretch. Notice how is it different on this side. And hold. Let some heat build. And then as you're ready, release down. One more time each side, a little shorter this time, a little briefer. Inhale, right arm, right leg, left arm. Breathe smooth, easy breaths. Exhale down. Inhale, left leg, right arm. solid through the core. Helps take any pressure out of the wrist. And then exhale, release down. One more time, either rocking a little bit back and forth or just sit it back into child pose or into puppy with the bottom up and the forehead down, or maybe you even want to take it to a downward facing dog. See where your body leads you. Pause, and wherever you are, extend the arms. And drop the heart. And then walking the hands in, we'll take a comfortable seat for a little bit of teaching today on this third week of the Omer Tiferet. Tiferet is so wonderful. So here we are, 15th day, beginning of the third week. Tiferet, beauty, radiance, harmony, also known as balance. And Tiferet is also known kind of separately as truth, as emet. Aleph, the first letter of the alphabet, mem in the middle, and tav, the last letter. So kind of spanning this, this oneness of being. And Tiferet as emet holds the balance point between chesed and gvura. We talked last week largely about gvura. So Tiferet completes the first triad here of these lower sfirot. It's the synthesis of the poles, right, of love and of din, of judgment, right? Like unbounded love out there and rigidity and judgment out there. It brings them together. It kind of integrates these extremes, these poles. So today we look at chesed within a loving presence, a generosity, a compassion within this framework of beauty, of harmony, of radiance, balance, of this truth-telling. So I think of yoga in the sense of Tiferet strongly as harmony, definitely as balance, and as an architectural type of beauty. We were talking last week about this balance, not too tight, not too loose in yoga, right? So we show up with a certain amount of discipline and power. We also pepper that with a softening. And when I thought about Tiferet for our yoga practice today, my very first visual image in my head was Leonardo da Vinci's drawing of the Vitruvian Man. Perhaps it comes to mind for you, with man with his arms out and his legs, this sort of perfect balance of the architecture of this body, and he's encased in a circle. And I really think that this practice is equally science and art, and we find we can really rest in the beautiful architecture that is the yoga practice. And I don't mean so much beauty like, oh, look at me, I'm so beautiful in the poses. Not that at all. More like the beautiful system that it is, and the beautiful balance, architectural balance that it brings to our body when we practice. So that's what I want to look at today as we kind of build ourselves toward, I think, a pose that really exemplifies this, and that's triangle pose. So we're gonna look at triangle through the lens of Tiferet today and apply a certain measure, always of chesed. So let's start with this idea of balance, by balancing the breath. And perhaps you might take a hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. And simply begin to feel the wave of inhale and exhale. Not changing anything, just noticing as you breathe in through the nose and as you exhale through the nose. Just feeling the movement of the breath. Particularly resting in that lower hand, if you have your hand to your belly, the way the inhale fills, the way the belly fills the hand, moves out toward the hand. Really filling that low abdomen, the pelvic bowl. And as we exhale, the way the hand begins to recede, the belly begins to recede from the hand. So we're going to move into a practice of inhaling to the count of 4 and exhaling to the count of 4. And you can feel free to change it if you need less or you need more, but the idea is that inhale and exhale balanced, equal. So here we go, inhaling, just a regular breath, and exhaling. And now inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. X, 2, 3, 4. Now keep it going. Keeping that count just internally inside your own head. See where you can soften, where you don't need to work as hard. Maybe the jaw, maybe behind the eyes. Keeping this balance of 4 count in and 4 count X. Two more cycles like that. And then as you complete your second cycle, just allow the breath to go back to a normal pattern. You can release your hands. Notice how you feel. Maybe there's a word here or there. You just want to notice how you're doing. Your body, and your heart, and your mind. And as you're ready, we'll come to a low lunge with the right foot forward, the left foot back, and you might take your 2 blocks to the sides. You might take some cushion under your left knee if you would like. And first, just coming upright, You can take the hands to the right thigh and press away a little bit, lift the heart, and as you do so, drop the tailbone as well. Notice as you drop the tailbone, naturally the front of the thigh lifts. Maybe feel a little bit of sensation through the quadriceps, through the hip flexors on the left. So feel that length up the front body. Let the tailbone drop down, the shoulder blades slide down the back. Keeping that sense of lots of space through the low back in particular. Maybe start to lean forward and the hands could come to the blocks, or if you're using a chair, could take the hands to a chair in front of you. You might rock a little bit in and out, even side to side maybe, as you explore through the hips, through the legs, how this low lunge feels. Continuing to draw the low abdominals in towards the spine. Protect the low back. If you like, you can tuck the back toes and lift the back leg. See where you want to be with this. Be creative. Feel this structure of standing on your own legs. If you'd like, again, finding that lengthened position, you might take the arms up overhead or cactus arms to the side or holding opposite elbows. Lifting the rib cage up, the heart up, the gaze up. These are all simply suggestions, options. Playing around for yourself in this low lunge place. And then we will switch sides. So right leg back, left leg forward. And once again, beginning from this upright place, find a sense of where the pelvis goes to support you, to protect you, right? So as we speak about architecture, you need to have a good foundation for any building. I'm no architect, but I certainly know that, right? And so our support here, our foundation, comes really from the stability in this pelvis, lengthening the tailbone, drawing the low belly in and up, and noticing how that starts to bring some sensation as we draw up the right thigh, open through the hip flexor, front of the thigh. Resist any temptation to come out of that squareness to just kind of flop in, right? Find that stability and then come forward. Maybe it's the hands to the blocks or to a chair. Continuously squaring the hips. And again, see where you want to take this. Maybe a little bit of rocking side to side, maybe tucking the back toes and lifting the back knee off the floor, extending through the heel. Perhaps taking the arms up overhead, whether the knee is down or up in some fashion. You might lift the heart, you might lift the gaze. With a lot of respect that one side to the other side might feel very different. One side might feel open, really extremely balanced. The other side, all of a sudden you have trouble balancing. We're going to make our way to standing. So you might bring the back leg to meet the front. and fold over the legs. Or you might come to a squat and then from there start to roll up. But either way, beginning to roll up the spine and make your way to standing. And then you'll want to take hold of your strap. Take the hands nice and wide on the strap. I'm going to give ourselves room for the shoulders, taking the legs into a wide mountain pose. Feel that you can tightly pull the arms apart like you were going to break the strap. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead, and then exhale, take them behind you. You might see that you need to widen your hands on the strap. You'll see when you come to the top, inhaling up, right? So if it's jerky, you'll need to widen the arms, and exhaling down. Really feel that sense of pulling apart with the arms. So you're engaging the arms, you're engaging the lat muscles that give a lot of support to the torso. And the breath pattern essentially is inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down. Become interested in any sensation in the shoulders and around the shoulders. Particularly if you notice any pain or strain, you want to back off, either widen the arms, take a different movement. And then the next time you reach the top, pause. You might bring the arms in a little bit closer and maybe the feet a little bit closer. Inhale and lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, take a side bend over to the right. Right? And the premium here is the length of the spine. So lengthen through the crown, press the feet down. Lengthen the arms away, really use the strap to find some opening in the side body, both sides. And then inhale, come on up. Exhale and pause here. Root the tailbone, root the heels. Inhale. Feet down, crown up. Exhale, and we'll take a side bend to the left. Press the feet down, extend the fingertips long, pull those arms apart from each other. Pull on that strap. Let the ribs open. Inhale and come on up. Exhale, take the arms down. Really nicely done. You can drop the strap. Take a couple rolls of the shoulder, a little shake out of the arms. Whatever the body requests here. If you have the blocks, place them at the back of the mat, one on either side. If you're using a chair instead, take the chair and place it to the right side of the mat. So take the legs wide for a moment, both the toes pointing forward, maybe a little bit angled in. And bring the hands to the hips, really to the side, to the top. Palpate and find the top of the hip crest here and press down with the palms. Lift the torso up, send the legs downward. And then take the arms out at shoulder height if it's available to you, palms facing down. See that the arms are in your peripheral vision, right? So you don't want them too far back because you'll get into some arching and some strain on the front ligaments of the shoulder. Let the gaze be soft, straight out in front of you. Extend through those fingertips and think again of that beautiful Da Vinci drawing. The balance, the harmony of the legs extending, the arms extending, the torso holding the center line. And if the arms get tired, you can just take them down, give them a shake. And then we're going to turn the left toes in and the right toes out as we prepare for triangle. See that the front heel bisects the back arch. Feel that as if there's a ski that connects the front foot to the back foot. Feel the connection between them. And once again, inhale the arms up to shoulder height, lengthen. Good. So you have kind of a 5-pointed star here, don't you? Energy out through the legs, energy out through the arms, energy up through the crown. Right? Or you could draw the energy inward, up through the soles of the feet, and inward through the fingertips, and in through the crown of the head, all to the center. Right? So it moves both ways, in and out from center. And feel your breath. And again, if your arms get tired, just take them down at any point. You can lift them back up. Okay, starting to move into the pose here. Inhale, open the body. Let the breath fill the body. As you exhale, shift the hips to the left and the torso to the right. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. And when you have as much length as possible, then you can take that right hand down to the block or to the chair or to your shin, wherever you're going in your expression of triangle pose today. I like to take the top arm to my left hip first, find the hip point, find the contour, find the architecture of the pelvis here in this position. Legs are straight, crown extended. And then begin to lengthen from the tailbone. Bring a twist up through the spine to the crown of the head. And maybe the gaze is forward or maybe it's up towards the ceiling. And if you'd like, you can take the top arm up. Feel this radiance of Tiferet coming out through the heart, coming into the heart. The balance of this beautiful, beautiful pose. Very complex pose, really. As you're ready, press into the feet and inhale. Come on up. Change the feet to the other side. Right toes in, left toes out. Once again, feel the legs. Feel the leg energy down. Crown extends up. Inhale the arms out to the sides. And as you exhale, feel that you can kind of press the hands down, almost as if you were pressing down on two giant beach balls, that there's something there to press against, so that the hands aren't just floppy in space. There's really this beautiful extension, and feel how that radiates out from the sternum. And feel yourself as a sturdy, solid, beautiful building. Beautiful piece of architecture, all the bones and the muscles, tendons, ligaments, beating heart, etc., etc. Inhale, fill the form that you are. And exhale, send the hips over to the left, or the right, sorry, and the torso over to the left. Extend, extend, lengthen, lengthen. When you found maximum length on both sides of the torso, bring that left hand down to the block. Good. Find that bony landmark of the front of the right hip. Ground yourself, root yourself in the tailbone as you begin to take a twisting action of the spine, turning forward. If the neck and head allow, maybe taking the gaze up towards the ceiling. And if the shoulder allows, maybe taking the arm up. And wherever you are, whatever is your final expression of triangle is just perfect in your body today. So let this sense of beautiful architecture really be infused with a compassion. Compassion for wherever you are today. Can you just be with it right here, this breath, this body? It's enough. It's enough. Smooth, easy breaths. And then press into the feet as you're ready. Inhale, come on up. Really well done. Heel toe, the feet together. Just pause for a moment, mountain pose. You might take a hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. If it's comfortable, I invite you to close the eyes. Just feel the echo of triangle pose. As you're ready, allow the eyes to open, release the hands. We'll come to lie down on the back. And if you'd like, you can have some, you can lay down your blanket for some warmth, some cushioning. Bring a block with you. Going to lay on the back with the feet to the floor and the knees up toward the ceiling. And if you have a block, take it. Inhale. And as you exhale, press into the feet and lift the hips up and place the block right under your low back, under your sacrum. You can place it on the lowest level or the medium level or the highest level, whichever feels best for you. And if it's not comfortable at all, remove the block. And just stay flush with the floor. And wherever you are, see if you can allow the low back to surrender to the block. Let the hips really be supported by this structure. Lengthen the tailbone away from you toward the knees. So the higher up you've placed the block, the more active you're going to be in a back bend. Right? And if you have it on the low level, as I do, it's more of a restorative, more of a yin approach. Again, it's resting in Tiferet, resting in the architecture of this beautiful elongated spine. The balance of two sides of the rib cage. Two lungs. The balance of the two hips and the two shoulders, which make the square of this torso. And if you'd like, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Give it a little bit of a hug. You don't have to bring it all the way in, but the knee toward the chest. And you might extend that left heel long along the floor, toes facing up. Continue to send the left heel away and the right knee drawing toward you. If you get any kind of tweak in your low back, definitely bring the left knee back in or come off the block. When you're on the block, this is a slightly exaggerated stretch for the hip flexor. And then bending the left knee, bringing the foot in, switching sides, right foot back down. Pause for a moment. Draw the left knee in. Extend that right heel long as you dig it into the floor as you lengthen. And don't let it turn out, keep it parallel. Chesed shebetiferet is finding a generosity with yourself. In this beautiful shape, in this beautifully expressed self that you are. And draw the right foot back towards center. Place the left foot back down. Press into the feet, lift the hips, remove the block. Lower down one vertebra at a time, just dropping down to the floor. You might just wiggle the hips a little bit side to side. We'll come to stillness. You can keep the knees bent if you like, or you can extend the legs long. Rock the legs a little bit in and out. Just shake them out. If you're wearing glasses, remove your glasses. Let the palms face up. Extend the arms out by your sides. And just turn the head side to side a couple of times, reminding the neck, the head, base of the skull. You don't need to do any work. And come to complete stillness. Rest in this body, in this breath, in this moment, just as they are. Begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. You might extend your arms overhead and take a nice big yawn stretch. Hug the knees to the chest. And slowly taking all the time you need. Make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Whether it's on the block or blanket or seated in a chair. Find the poise and the stability of your spine. Just floating out and up from the pelvis. And take a hand to your heart and then place the other hand right on top. Few nice, even breaths into your heart space. So I invite you, as we move through the facets in this week of Tiferet, kind of hold this baseline, this ground state of resting in the beautiful, balanced architecture, both in the body and in the mind, between qualities of Chesed and Gvura as they come together as balanced architecture within Tiferet. To rest in this balanced structure. As you're ready, allow the eyes to open and release the hands. Shavua Tov. Thank you all for practicing today. I'm here for some Q&A for anyone who wants to stay. And just a couple reminders. Prayer Project registration with Rabbi Shefa Gold open through this Thursday. It begins on Sunday. Please check out the YouTube channel, subscribe, and like our videos, of course, and please check out the podcast whenever you're able. Shavua Tov. So if you have a question, you can use on the bottom bar. I know some devices are a little different, but under reactions, there's raise hand, or you